Viewer, I've always meant to ask, does the jet skier on that picture, when we start the game, is he wearing like a white sailor's hat? It looks like he is to me. And hello, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Underrail. In the last episode, we talked with some of the pirates. Not very many of them, as we have to prove ourselves worthy of their time. But they weren't overtly hostile to us, nor did they really, I suppose, what's what I'm looking for? They weren't very confrontational during our dialogue with them. So they've rapidly accepted that we are willing to be one of them, and they're not going to push us around as the new guy. I like that, and it makes sense that we'd have to prove ourselves as well. They know nothing about me. They probably don't watch Arena now, so they don't realize I am the Invictus, and they probably wouldn't believe that anyway. Unless I was to use all my fire abilities. And it sounds as if the pirates don't trust psychers very much, so maybe we should keep that under wraps, huh? We then came over here to the jet ski dungeon, since if we're going to do any significant amount of exploring in the Black Sea, and I intend to, and because we are likely to fight Aegis patrols, I want to get better bits for our jet skis, and they're located here for free, but it will take some amount of work to get them. And thus, we've cleared out the first of these areas, or the vast majority of it, with the exception of whatever's over here. And this area filled with Psy Beetles, I decided just to skip. Alright, viewer, before we get going, one or two more things about me really quick. As you may know, I have, or had been suffering from COVID. I think I am over it now, or it is about to be over. However, I always get what is known as a post-viral cough afterwards. Something like a cold or the flu. If I get some sort of viral infection that gives me a fever and will end up making my nose run for a little bit, then I'm going to end up with this cough, which will be persistent and last for months after the disease is over. I normally am not sick. I've been pretty good at avoiding being sick, at least with anything that would give me this type of cough. Unfortunately, that's not the case this time. I have found something that significantly seems to help with my cough, called Delcium. And it's got this thing that I can't read because it's dark and the text is small in here, but it acts as a cough suppressant. A heads up that you might hear me, and might have heard me, not yelping in pain, but complaining to my body that it is still causing me pain. This is because I generally, as is the case this time, have bruised my ribs due to all the coughing. Oh no. Oh, I didn't realize... Can I... Oh, no. I didn't want to disembark here. I wanted to just drive straight. Can I get back on my jet ski? This location? Anything I can do? Oh, I don't think I can remount my jet ski, viewer. And we're still locked in combat because of the stupid Psy Beetles. Please go away, Psy Beetles. So I can... Okay, there we go. Oh, okay, good. So it's been extremely painful for me to, to live, thanks to how much my chest hurts. Every contraction that I go through to cough, oh my goodness, it causes this sharp pain to occur in the right-hand side of me. Very frustrating. My body doesn't care about how much pain I'm in. It needs to scratch that itch in the bottom of my throat. It's annoying. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know because talking increases the likelihood that I will be coughing. That said, if I didn't feel like I could do it, I wouldn't record the game. Oh, hello. Did you hear that briefly? That sounded like other jet skis. And we're penalized. Alright, well, let's just rush up at this guy now. I'm still wearing my mask, aren't I? No, I'm not. I am wearing my whatchamacallit. My Sonic headband. Yep, get back on. Okay. By the way, what does this do? All Sonic skills increased by 20. Psi ability cost decreased by 21%. Grants one additional Psi slot. We should look to see if we can make a better one of these. I think this was not my intended extreme late game headband. This was just created with parts I had left over, the best I had at the time. So we should be on the lookout for better Psi parts while we're in this area. I would gladly take a greater fusion cell. Here are the box of cables that you need. Oh, that you need to do this. Interesting. I thought this was significantly harder to acquire. It is not. Okay. I will take the extended magazine. I'll take a shield emitter base. We don't need these cables because we've already fixed the thing that they required. That's right, that required them. Well, now we have to put back on our mask. A Goliaths and a normal Azrai. This might not kill the Goliaths. It's not. But we can recursion it. And then just get away from any line of sight that they'll have on me. Okay, we're going back to the trapdoor. Sorry, viewer, for this weird diversion. I thought there might be some good loot over here, and there isn't. Yeah, the cough is much better with this medicine. My goodness. It's just something you can get over the counter, too. Though I did have to spend some time trying to find something that was purely a cough suppressant. No expectorant. I was too nervous that would cause me to cough more. Okay, how's our equipment? It's in okay shape. Alright, let's head on downstairs. Oh, hold on one second. We have some remains here. Yep, coil spiders, or at least their webbing is here. Which almost always means you will find coil spiders down here too. Some rocks. We have dynamite, but only one use of it. I don't remember what's on the other side of this. So we'll... No, we should blow it up. Actually, let's make sure there's no coil spiders around first, because we are likely to get them over here if we use dynamite. Okay, and there isn't going to be any. We have a zone transition. Unless there's a bunch of coil spiders on the other side of this. I don't think there is. Some boxes, all green, so they should be open. They're not. 2 electronic repair kits, a lantern, and a lockpick. We don't care about those other 2 things. Plates and foam padding, which we don't need. Size circuit extension. This is what gives us an extra psionic slot for a headband. We'll take this. 94 laser emitter, 118 medium shield frequency modulator. We will leave our detection goggles on at the moment. Need to make better ones of those, too. Entered combat just in case we walked out into the hallway and there was a quill spider there. The good news about having a conservative shield is we can just leave it on, just like this, and it won't drain too much in terms of power for doing so. I don't remember where they are in here. They may show up after you do a certain thing and come out of the walls or their homes to investigate what's going on. Yeah. See that hole right over there? I think we'll get some quill spiders that will emerge after we do a certain thing. It's like how in Resident Evil, you take the key and suddenly there's more zombies. Oh my goodness, I hit enter twice. Okay, let's do this again. That's a greater quill. Oh, look at it doing it some weird thing with its mandibles. Can we blast it? Wow, that didn't kill it. Just made it angry. I thought quill spiders, even greater ones, were a little more fragile than that. Waiting for pre-med to come off cooldown so we can blast normal quill spider to death. Is that the only one? No. A greater one. Let's use dilation to start. And then blast it with another plasma beam. Oh, okay, didn't even need to die. Oh, we're still in combat. A normal quill spider. just it. But I don't know if there's webs in the way. I want it to come to me. Another hole in the wall there. We can hear a panel that is active somewhere up ahead. Okay, we want to definitely make sure we find all these traps. We probably can turn off our shield temporarily. Let's charge it. It just occurs to me, based on where we are, we're not going to need a cloaking device. So let's unequip that and we'll re-equip our lucky hopper's foot. Oh! Are we dead? Is that the end of us? No. Okay. That means there are no more coil spiders around. As if there was, one would have come to investigate what triggered that web. Even from far away, I'm pretty sure they will go and investigate anything that trips one of those. Is there anything around the corner here? We're gonna check. Glad we killed all those earlier spiders, or we would have died by now. A skeleton. Level 10 tabby boots, a garbage. The gun's not terrible, but it's not worth repairing. A normal health hypo and an adrenaline shot. We will use the normal health hypo. So basically we gain some adrenaline for a bandage and a normal health hypo. Now Tim here is thinking, with all the coil spider webbing that's around, there must be a source of power here. And of course we did hear the electrical panel fizzling earlier too. A cave hole. It actually highlights. It's too narrow to squeeze into. Crackling noises can be heard inside. Coil spiders. And there will be quite a few of them who, I think, boil out of them to investigate what's going on when we investigate what's a little further ahead. I remember dying instantly here a few times, viewer. I'm kind of nervous about walking around the corners here. That includes this room. I'm going to wait till I get a little more movement. Let's stand here and stare for a little bit with our goggles. Okay, nothing. Let's make sure no more webs pop up. Okay, and none are. plasma cell. Could use one of those. Some decent blast cloth and black cloth. We'll take those. Lost Fremen, I believe, was mentioning how I might want to make some stealth gear for heavy duty. I'm going to try to do it without bringing any such gear with me to start. And if it turns out to be a mistake and I have to replay a few hours, I can always do that off screen. If I am required to bring stealth equipment. So far, we haven't needed it. Aside from the Oculus quest for the Hux key. And even then, I don't think we needed it there either. We could have done that a different way. Oh, this area's killed me a few times in the past with Lotaeri, the character that Tim is basically following the footsteps in. Same exact build. Hold on, my food expired. I remember poking up here. And there being a greater coil spider. Actually, I think there's one on patrol. I think one patrols across this. Yes. I'm in combat, so I can't... I have to wait for combat to go, the combat cooldown to end so I can enter combat again. For all my complaining about that, I totally understand why it was done. Because you can use combat movement, turn-based movement, to significantly increase your chances at avoiding detection from cameras, for example. And even others, because you can race across hallways utilizing it. All right. Anyway, let's blast this guy. Woo! Good kill. Now we have to hope there isn't another. But I know there's at least one more. Good critical. I don't think that's all of them. Oh. I see this room. I want to say there's a greater crossbar in a corner somewhere. We're at the part of the game where I haven't... Although I've done this multiple times, like 10 times, I don't have a good recollection of it. The jet ski dungeon. There is a greater crossbar right there. Okay. So, can we kill it? Whoa! Fantastic, Tim. Well done. Before we flip this switch or investigate any of these shelves, let's make sure there's no more coil spiders on patrol. Okay, there doesn't seem to be. This tells a little story. Ashes. This would be the remnants of something that isn't a coil spider, a mutant, who probably came down here from this ladder, or a mutie, more importantly, who was vaporized by the coil spiders down here. I am going to do a bit of metagaming here. Because I know that if we just step up this ladder, we're as good as dead. Because there will be active auto turrets up there. We need to disable the turrets. And that's what this switch will do. Hooked up to this big generator, I think is what that is. Ooh, 115 lockpicking. We can get up to 140? 140. We can go a little higher with our jackknife as well. The other weapon lockers are not actually locked. Boots and metal armor. We'll take these, but we're just going to break them down. And then, of course, we'll make some repair kits with all the bits we've been acquiring. I suppose we can also do some extract humors on all the insectoid bits we've acquired. .5mm jackrabbit, some bullets. Sniper, scoped and with a bipod. Worth taking and repairing. Galvanic anti-rifle overcoat, worth taking and repairing. Rifle magazine, 147 rebel frame, very nice. And a 7.62 firearm barrel. Okay, so let's repair this armor. And we will also repair the sniper rifle. Our own normal spear could use a repair as well. Oh, we don't need the hot wiring kit, do we? Leave that behind. Alright, let's search these other shelves. Flip the switch, and then, viewer, I'm going to cut the recording probably so I can go back to Core City, leave some stuff off there, and get more food, as I am out of food on me. And you guys know by now that I really like having the +1 stat food buff. .78 polarizer, 87 shield modulator. Nothing worth taking on that. 140 pneumatic hammer, 143 tracking lens, 33 wave amplifier, 159 seeker lens. Some good quality stuff down here. Metal, all lowish quality. Alright, let's flip the switch. What's the worst that can happen, right? Well, something went wrong. And normally, this is where you're forced to continue to go this direction. But we are Firestarter, so we don't have to worry about this silliness. We can walk right through that because of exothermic aura, which makes us immune to all fire while it's active. Unfortunately, our armor doesn't like that very much, though. As you can see, our normal armor now needs a normal repair. Our boots are still okay. Oh, where'd this mutant come from? It wasn't here before, was it? Okay. And I'll search the rest of that later. Was the mutant always there? I just missed it. Looks like I skipped a few things. I was probably more overtly concerned with coil spiders than searching barrels and corpses. With that switch flipped, we no longer have to worry about active auto turrets in the area. I said I'd do this off screen, and I will. Viewer, I will be right back. There's no reason for me to force you to watch. Well, I'll try to make it entertaining. How about that? So, when I last was talking with you guys, I was talking about video games I have been playing or trying and what have you. And I think I mentioned Dawn of... Oh, we haven't been in this room yet. Looks like the Protectorate have another outpost here. Okay, I have to remember that for the future. We can eliminate them. Dawn of War with the Elite mod. But I'm no longer very good at RTSs, unfortunately. And it's too much micromanagement. And I don't like how difficult it is for me to command the units if I've assigned multiple squads to one hotkey. Since in that game, it's very important that you send units back to be healed and or resupply on occasion, since you don't want your squads wiped. One second, we have a little merchant boat I think that we haven't seen before. Do you need something? The pay's not the best, to be honest, but you do what you gotta do. I agree. What other games have I tried? Oh, yesterday I tried a game called Elder Souls. And I learned after failing to kill the second boss in the game 20 times in a row that it's not a game for me. I don't mind dying over and over again, depending upon the game. But in that game, it's a boss rush game. I've mentioned several times that I'm not a fan of boss rushes. I did not realize that was the type of game it was. I thought it would be like the... what's it called? Dark Souls game series. There we go. And it is, in a way, because... well... Is it? Tim? Is it? It's a top-down isometric fighting game, twin-stick game, like a Zelda game, we could say. To give an example. I disliked the limit on the amount of dodges you could do. I disliked my character's movement speed. It felt way too slow for the combat in that game. It's like many boss rush games. It's all about you learning the boss's mechanics and then getting better as you die repeatedly to the creatures you are fighting, as you learn the different phases and stages that they have and what you need to do. But I'm not a fan of those types of games generally. the more often I die against something without making any progress, the more removed from the world, the immersion of the game I am playing, and the more mechanically the game feels to me. The game begins to feel like a series of button presses I need to do in a certain order or certain timings, rather than me playing the part of a warrior exploring a forgotten and abandoned world. I mentioned this many years ago, before I had recorded Dark Souls for my channel. And if I hadn't recorded Dark Souls, I would never have actually played that game beyond the few hours I had played it initially, because in that game, I died repeatedly over and over and over again to the Bull Demon. Yes! Didn't know what to do, kept panicking, hitting the wrong buttons, and I got slaughtered by this thing like 10, 12 times. And I was like, no, this is not a game for me. This is a game for someone else. Tim's not going to play this one. But I believe you guys at the time had insisted that I give it another whirl and record it. And I had done so, and it was a lot more fun recording the game. On that note, though, for Elder Souls, I did refund the game. I removed it from my Steam library, as it is not a game I wanted to play anymore. So there will be no recording that one. Oh my goodness, I need to purchase the combat glove blueprint. I see. Alright, hold on. We have more psionic parts. I think my goggle bits go here. And I believe I mentioned last time I was talking about games, or 2 times ago, that I was playing through a game called Earth's Shadow. This is a behind your character's back shooting game of sorts. It would be incorrect to try to pin it exactly the same as the original Dead Space or Resident Evil 4, but those are the closest things I can think of that would be similar to it. I mentioned how much I love the atmosphere in that game's world, but I don't know if I could recommend the game, as it's very janky, and the bosses are bullet sponges. They are the epitome of bullet sponges in that game, having way too much life, the earlier ones in particular. Oh crap, I hit sort over here. That's kind of bad, because I want this sorted by container type. Alright, I'll just have to, I'll do this off screen. Anyway, I beat that game. I loved the atmosphere enough that I wanted to see how it all ended. The voice acting in that game, from some of the things you meet, is also pretty darn good. The starting robots that you encounter, I like the voice actor for that. He did a phenomenal job, I think. Not so much some of the other voice actors, though. Once again, however, viewer, I cannot recommend that game. It's got very positive reviews on Steam, and it was made by one person who I believe did everything in the game. And I have a lot of respect for people who do that sort of thing, like Vic Davis. That gentleman, if he made another game, I would immediately purchase it. As even if I did not like the games he created, I liked the ideas that he had very much, and I would gladly give him money, even if I couldn't recommend the games that I was playing. Occult Chronicles is a game I play every year, and I can't recommend that game because it's, well, first off, it crashes to desktop on occasion, or soft locks itself, or hard locks itself. You can't make any more progress in it. And that alone is a big, I can't recommend this game, because it has, you can't actually play it. That's a significant problem. It also has lots of balance issues. It's a bit, grindy is the wrong term, samey is a word I would use. You encounter all, well, I don't need to do a review on the game. In any case, there's a game where I like it. I've played it a lot. I'll play it again at some point this summer to upload it so it's all, the game is ready to be uploaded during the fall months. It is a little creepy, or thematically supposed to be. One second, viewer, I want a little more food. Alright, that should do. Perfect, that should get us through most of the dungeon. But I couldn't recommend it to you guys. And a warning I always say when I'm playing that game is how I don't recommend it. A game's got to score at least a 50% on whatever scoring system I am using when I play a game, or review a game, or if I was to score or / review a game, in order for me to potentially recommend it. If it's over 50%, then I can. It's got to at least be 50% for me to consider it. And there's quite a few games where I like them, but couldn't recommend them. There's a few games as well where everyone seems to like the game, but I didn't. Disco Elysium is a game where I didn't like it. It scored, I think, an 8 on a 1 to 20 for me, and I wouldn't be able to recommend it to anyone who was looking for a game to play. If you're curious, which I know you're not, but I'll say anyway, captive audience, I suppose, and all that, I encountered glitches in the game. It hard-locked once, it soft-locked twice. I couldn't complete some quests. I had to go in and alter a few game files. The game also felt like it really wanted to be a visual novel to me of some sort, or a game like Myst, where there were clickables on screen, but you didn't need a three-dimensional game world. There was a lot of walking around that you did that didn't feel like it was necessary in the game. I also didn't like the ramrodding of you through the dream sequence they had at the very end of the game, and skipped it. I also didn't like that the game was advertised as a detective game, and there's no way you could have known who's done it. Absolutely no way you could have predicted it, or at least I felt that way. Those were some of my biggest gripes for it. Alright, let's see. As long as I'm here, Oscar, did you recycle your inventory? You did. Alright, 2 firearms. Only way you make money in the game, viewer, or significant amounts of it, is to sell stuff to the merchants when they have refreshed their inventory, which is what we're going to do right here. We will grab dynamite from Oscar. He should be selling 2 of it. I think everything else is probably too expensive, right? I can't purchase this. I don't like leaving that much, there we go, difference between items. Oh, 142 high efficiency energy converter. No, that's not worth it. Alright, just take this stuff, Tim. And I'll put this here. Let's go check on Garcia really quick. Sometimes she buys crossbows or leather armor. Medicine, foodstuffs, bolts of cloth. I think I actually have bolts of cloth to sell her. Oh. I have foam padding and only a 122 bolt of cloth, so we'll sell her the black cloth. Do I have anything for Halim on my way out? Oh! I wanted to ask about Alphabet, since we sent him down the deep caverns. Can you tell me something about a man called Alphabet, Oscar? Okay, no. I'm guessing they don't talk about... They don't change their earlier statements about the gentleman. I wonder if he's down there. We should go down there and see at some point. I can do that, I suppose, off screen. Anyway, back to Earthshadow. So I beat the game. Let's see. Game's got a good, once again, a great atmosphere. It was one of the major reasons why I played through the game. Like the sound effects they had as well. Okay voice acting on some of the characters that you meet. The story was a bit all over the place, and to tell you the truth, quite forgettable, if it wasn't so funny. And by funny, I mean, I don't think it was supposed to be funny, but I found it really funny. I liked some of the areas. You play this cyborg, and you have a nightmare, which was very interesting to see maybe what a cyborg would be afraid of in its dreams. I thought that was rather unique. I very much liked that one sequence. I liked the different areas you explored. The lighting, I thought, was really well done. The creatures were all very samey. The weapons were all basically the same as well. You always wanted a extremely fast firing pistol or blaster. The slower the weapon, generally the worse it would be for you. Bosses felt as if they had way too much life. Easily could have been lowered by 50% of their max life, and it would still take you about 10 minutes of hammering on the boss with your weapons to kill it, while running figure eights or around in a giant circle to avoid it. With the exception of a few of the bosses that had a gimmick that you had to actually figure out to beat. Even then, one of them, the Ruins boss, is really annoying because you can't dodge its plasma stomp attack. Yes, I'm gonna call it that. There's equipment in the game, but most of it's forgettable. There's lots of consumables. Most of them you won't use. There's currency in the game, but you'll spend all of it, if you know what you're doing, on health recovery items. Buying equipment is pointless because you'll just upgrade it to something better later. Yeah, the game held my interest solely based on the atmosphere and sound, which I thought were phenomenal. I was also greatly impressed that it was just one person who made all of this. The gentleman's made quite a few games as well. Most of them are not science fiction. Most of them are fantasy. Involve zombies and vampires. I think he has another game coming out somewhat soon, too. And maybe I'll pick up his next game or some of his older games and give them a whirl. There's a handful of developers that I always buy games from whenever I see them on sale or a new one comes out. Vic Davis was one of them. And Pug Software is another. they made the Shrouded Insanity series, and they have a series of games based on that game world, where every game they've made is a different genre of game. The first one being a Dark Souls game, second one being a platformer, the third one being a fast-paced twin-stick shooter. Another one's a RPG point-and-click, I think. It's interesting that this gentleman is trying all sorts of different games, different styles, to see... Actually, I guess just because he can, and see if he can make something entertaining in that vein. I very much like the world setting there, too. It's not something you normally see, so I've enjoyed playing through them. Well, some of them. Not all of them have been up to my tastes. But I greatly enjoyed, once again, the world setting and seeing what this guy would come up with. Alright, that's not babbling now. Let's eat something. And we can play for another 20 minutes until this food expires. Probably should charge up our jet ski. All right. I know there's nothing in them worth taking, but we'll search the barrels anyway. I have to. Oh, someone mentioned that it's probably fine for me, but how difficult it is to notice the difference between something we've interacted with and something that we haven't. I agree with this. I do wish that the gray text over this barrel, for example, was darker or a different color altogether, because you might not be able to tell, for example, if you haven't interacted with something, it will be bright white for containers. As opposed to if you have interacted with it, it'll be gray, like this barrel is, for example. I can tell the difference, but maybe you guys can't. Ooh, and Tim, no soda drinking at the moment. This is a combat area. This is a dangerous combat area, by the way, so we want to equip this. Thick fog covers the glass from the inside. You can't see through it. Once we pass through this, I think the gate is going to shut behind us, and we're forced to deal with enemies. We could try going this way. But this is, I think, suicide. Let's do it for you viewers at home. We can hear a more scrappy sounding engine. And that's because we have more scrappy jet ski riders here. Let's pre-med? You know what, viewer? We're just going to rely on Plasma Beam to deal with jet skis. For the most part, if we can. Since it's an incredible amount of damage. And most importantly, so when you fight against enemies on jet skis, every attack has a chance to hit the person on the jet ski or the jet ski itself. I generally want one of those to be the focus. I either want to gun down the jet ski, just destroy it, or I want the person to be dead. But I don't like splitting the damage between the two, because that means the person's going to be up and standing, still alive and able to retaliate. Plasma Beam does an incredible amount of damage to one of those things. And a recursion ensures that thing takes the damage again the next round, and as you can see, kills it. So it's very handy. Is Plasma Beam. Let's see if we can get off our jet ski now. I think the technicians throw EMP grenades. So we kind of need to kill her. We also do not want to be in line of sight of these guys. Let's use some morphine. You know, I'm gonna use the focus boost. Oh, I don't have what it takes to open the door now, though. But we... Ooh, and there's a sharpshooter. Have some Aegis and move back towards the door. I think there's someone who's rides a jet ski who's armed with an acid blob pistol, and it's a particularly nasty fight if you're forced to deal with that gentleman. Oh, good hit, Tim. That's all we can do at the moment. Woo, good criticals. I don't have the action points for a plasma beam at the moment. There's one of the many auto turrets in this area that would otherwise be active if we had not flipped the switch in that area below ground. Oh. Oh. Yep, that's what I thought. No one could see me making the... Then we have to do this entire thing over again. No one could see me making the gritting my face, like I'm gritting my teeth face. Because I know they like to throw EMP grenades. And a single one of those kills me. Alright, we have to do this again. Move back a hair, because the further away we are, the more... Once again, Plasma Beam takes a certain distance to reach its full damage potential, so... Trying to increase the chances are that I will do that. That time we destroyed its jet ski, rather than the person on it. This time around, I'm gonna wait for the other jet skis to show up. Alright, here they are. There's 2 of them here. The technician is the one who throws the EMP grenades, but I think I can hit both of them if I'm here and do the plasma beam. Okay, let's go with there aren't more of them here. Oh, nice. She opened the door for us this time. Thank you. Might as well start throwing some grenades, or I'm never going to throw them. Sharpshooter first. Worried about that sniper rifle. We can stun him, make sure we're not fired upon. Alright, not bad. Level 14 Harbinger. Sniper rifle. Good pair of boots. We'll take everything off these corpses and begin leaving them in some trash somewhere. Level 17 Hornet. Looks like they were looting the place based upon what we're seeing on their persons. Oops, what was that? Trunk scraps. I want you. Don't need gasoline. Don't need this stuff too low level. We are almost overburdened, Tim. Pretty much just like that. Okay. We will do the door trick here. So we can kill the marksman without being penalized 25 action points. I knew I'd miss one of those, which is why I moved up and used the knife. I knew it, game. I knew it. You're too predictable. You're too predictable. Okay, let's see. So, we will use this or these shelves to store the loot I want to bring back with me. It's the 8 electronic repair kits, Tim. That's what's weighing you down a ton. Why don't you leave some of them here? The dynamite is as well. Ew, nothing good on this guy at all. We'll just leave all his, we'll leave his garbage in this barrel, which is now deemed the garbage barrel. Okay, what else do we have here? The technician. Okay, pair of boots. MK2 EMP grenade. The rest of this is basically trash. Okay, let's see what else might be here. Jet ski parts. Bram Grinder 350. A rare electrical engine from Biocorp Armory's limited Grinder series. Though powerful, these engines are infamous for their size and consumption. 350 power, 140% consumption ratio. What are we currently using on our Blazer? A Bion Giant. This is better than that other one. The power is 375 at 110. So it will move us faster at less energy consumed. However, this old engine, or this engine, would be useful on perhaps a different jet ski. So we'll leave it in this shelf at the moment and come back for it later. Worth quite a bit if we just wanted to vendor it, but I think we'll slap it on a different jet ski. We'll have 3 eventually, or so is my intention. The Aegis Incorporated jet ski, our Blazer, and the one that we will get working again from the one Lumoran security facility. A huge pile of old jet ski components. Among them is a sizable set of license plates. The letters on the plates are quite hard to read. Some of them feature sequences such as N12, NW315. Those sound like coordinates to me. North 24, Northwest 31.5. Okay, if I take everything from the wreck... Oh, the wrecks still stay. Well-made medium engine. 325 power, 100 consumption. A BAM current 550, part size 2. Let's take everything on the jet ski. And then drop some of this stuff off over here. So what are we not keeping? I can hear the jet ski. I can hear it up ahead. I know someone's revving their engines waiting for us to show up. Alright, how do we gain so... Oh, this scrappy battery. Let's put you here too then. You know what? Actually, let's move the jet ski parts to the jet ski parts here. So I know where they're located. Wait, did I not take them? Oh, I didn't take them. Okay. BARM current 550. We are using a BARM silicon 350. We can fit only a max size 1 battery in our Blazer, so we can't put the 550 in there. It's a size 2 battery. Oh, this is also just a scrappy vehicle battery. We don't need to hold on to that. Alright, let's keep searching the rest of this island. Lots of criticals today. I won't say no to that. 8.6 Marauder. Insulated anti-rifle overcoat. Some money and some bullets. Ooh, an eel sandwich. Thick fog covers the glass from the inside. You can't see through it. We don't need his gun. Okay. So, door trick for us here. Or curtain trick. Recharge your shield. Alright, let's head on in. A gunner and a marksman. The gunner can full auto us. The marksman has a sniper rifle. Let's move up a little bit more. We'll stun the marksman. Good. Kill the gunner. All these criticals, I love it. What's our chance to crit? It's like 29%, right? 14%. Wow, we're getting very lucky. Okay, we have a chance to drop some garbage off, if there is any garbage I have on me. I should break all this stuff down, but I can come back later and do that. Advanced health, hypo, plasma cell. Oh, what is this? XG Mist. Medium-sized jet ski suppression system of hexagon make. Part size 2, stability plus 15%. That's plus 1 more percent over what we currently have. But every percent helps, so you better believe we're going to slap it onto our Blazer. By the way, we should get our psi back. I forgot to put anything in this slot. Alright, well, it's too late now. So we want to place this here. We'll leave these behind. I would like a more maneuverable and less open area to fight enemy jet skis in than this island. But we might not have a choice as to where this is going to go down. Oh, a 158 energy edge emitter. This would be worthy of putting onto that 177 quality super steel spear bits if I wanted to power it. The problem is that energy edge emitters lower the damage your spear does, in so much that the actual physical damage gets reduced to put this on it. So it's one of the reasons why I wanted an electrical discharger of this quality or better in deep caverns, not an energy edge emitter. But if we don't find a discharger, maybe we'll make a energy spear. We also get some MK4 grenades from that box. Very nice. Anyone on the toilet? No. Oh, wow. Food and inhalants on the shelves. I'll take those. Surely they're absolutely fine to put in our mouths. All right, our mouth. Our mouth, not mouths. We don't have multiple mouths. All right. So if I want to continue now, Tim, you're going to have to fight some enemies on jet skis, on your jet ski. It's going to be how it goes down. Okay, so they gave us all these MK2 EMP grenades. Why not use one of them? Although we'll also charge... We're dead no matter what if we get hit by the EMP grenade, so we might as well charge our taser for the future. Alright, let's do this. Up we go. The skipper. The skipper's the one armed with the acid pistol. You can see it from here. Let's see if we get lucky with the EMP grenade toss. We got at least the skipper. So we'll kill him. Slow the skipper down. Move away a bit. By the way, viewer, I do feel that EMPing an enemy is way too... Like, that's a very powerful thing you can do. Because you can't, to my knowledge, recharge your jet ski during combat. And it removes all the movement that your jet ski grants you normally. So it's very strong to do that to an enemy. I learned to do that because that's what the pirates were doing to me when I was fighting them on my jet ski an age ago now. He's no longer slowed, but he will die next round, and I don't need to hit him again, which gives me everything on that skipper. So we're going to let him die of natural causes? Level 18 acid blob pistol. Decent boots. A catalyzing belt, we'll take that. He's got some good stuff on him. Corrosive acid vials on him, too. Ooh. A 250 battery. I think that's what we're using, isn't it? We're using a 350. And another medium well-made engine. Decent. I'll leave him with all of his stuff on him. How about this junk jet? Small well-made engine. Okay, gun. Some decent loot on the gentleman, but we don't need to carry. Oh, no! No, okay, okay. Woo! I don't want to load the game. I want to save the game. 2 more minutes for us, viewer. 2 more minutes. Let's see. That's a technician, which means that that's a floating EMP grenade waiting to kill us. Not anymore. At least 2 more. 2 marksmans. We hit both of them. The crossbow users. Nice. Now they're both dead. Okay, perfect. Let's recharge our spear. Search these corpses, and then viewer, I guess we'll call it a session after this. Let's see. A bomb current, 550. Once again, we can't put that in this junk jet. I think the Aegis Incorporated, though, can take a second battery and has room for a second engine. So we should keep that in mind while I'm looking at this. And he's got a scrappy battery and another medium well-made engine. As we'll clear out whatever's inside this little room. A gunner and a sharpshooter. I can't get around the gunner, so we can't stun. And then we can't incapacitate one enemy and then focus on the other. We'll have to hope we can kill one first and then incapacitate the other. And we can do this. No, we can't. I don't have my whatchamacallit equipped. Oh man, that sucks for you. Getting so lucky with the vehicle parts, with the crits here. Let's loot their corpses. This Harbinger actually has nothing special about it, and may not be worth even repairing. So we'll just leave these weapons here. I should take the bullets out of those, but okay, let's search the rest of this room really quick. There's some bolts on the ground. I don't need bolts. 127 foam padding, 91 Marauder frame. 109 ballistic panel, 114 steel cat. I will always take every plasma core the game offers to me. Our food expired. Let's have a brown barbecue. Nothing in the vehicle parts except for some scrap. Alright guys, and we'll stop here. So thank you guys for watching. We made a little more progress in the jet ski dungeon. We'll probably clear out this room in the next episode. So I will see you guys then. Take care everyone, and thanks again for watching.